Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of our Couples Future podcast. This is episode 17.
We're going to start off by talking about the sex position of the week, which was the snow angel. That was a no-go.
No.
It did not work.
Even with as much bending and positioning as we could, it did not work.
I tried to reverse cowgirl. Second shot at it, I tried to reverse cowgirl and lay down on him. And then we were going to roll over so that he was on top, but I didn't like the pressure, and I was afraid I was going to break his dick.
Yeah, and once again, we have one of our cats in the room yelling at us.
Lola likes to be the one on the podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
She doesn't need attention until we sit down to record.
Yeah, and hopefully you can't hear the rain because this, I'm learning, is a terrible room now to record in. These mics pick up on everything. All right, the joke of the week was, what's the difference between oral and anal sex? The answer was, oral sex makes your day. Anal makes your whole week.
I thought it was going to be something about flavor.
Oh, gross. No, let's just talk about that.
Oh, wow. It's raining hard now.
Yep. We're going to take a brief pause and move locations for recording. All right, we're back. We had to switch rooms because our sunroom was picking up every raindrop hitting the roof.
And now it's done raining.
Yeah, but we're not going to move again because that was not fun to move all of the equipment.
Yeah,
so
we're comfortable. The dogs are comfortable. No cats are meowing into the microphones.
Yeah, we had to kick the dogs outside when we're in the other room because they like to walk around and make a lot of noise. So, all right, how our week went. Well, it was our 1-year anniversary on October 3rd. So Jeff surprised me by renting a creepy cabin up in Michigan.
Yeah, I was really hoping.
It was really cute, but we both got a really creepy vibe out of it.
Yeah, like, honestly, I think that when we were laying in bed this morning or last night, I feel like, I don't know if it was the shirt that I must have wore it and not thrown it in the wash, but I must have had it on in that cabin. It kind of smelled like that cabin, and I just had like a unhappy feeling after.
Yeah,
even the smell that reminded me of the cabin.
It was really cute. It was right next to Lake Superior, also right next to a main road, so it was loud.
They did a great job with their pictures that made it looked like it was completely private.
Well, and on the map, yeah, it made it look like it was quite a ways off the road.
Like, they showed you all the pictures of Lake Superior, like, oh, it's beautiful. Except when we stayed at rain the whole time.
Yeah.
We couldn't really.
So we got to go hiking on our way up, but that was the only hiking we did. And then we did a casino up there, and we did pretty well. And then my favorite part was you bought a game called the Monogamy Game.
Yeah, Monogamy, the game, or something like that. Because I was looking, because I know we said we weren't going to do. I don't like doing gifts, really, for anything. I don't like people spending money on me. But for our anniversary, we said no gifts, and then I went ahead and got gifts anyway. And I like doing more like experiential stuff, so like our little getaway, and then I bought that game. And it was really fun, actually. It's a 2-player game that you just take turns going around the board, and depending on what round and what you roll. There's like massages in there.
It really helps bring you closer because the first round it gets more intimate each round. And the first round is more questions and reminiscing and talking about, goes all the way back to when you first met.
But then there's stuff like one of the cards, you had to like put your underwear in my mouth and like sit on my chest, and it was like, there's like strip things on there.
Oh yeah, that was obviously like level 3, I think.
It's like mild to all of a sudden, like, it was kind of fun. There's a ton of cards, so I want to play again because I don't know what happens.
And there's somewhere I forgot to hold the card, but I remember it was to get you something, that there's cards you should hold on to, and it's something you should be performing within the next month.
Oh, or 2 weeks or something? Like,
it gives you a time.
Send a compliment or do this. So, it's just good for your relationship, too.
Yeah.
And I kind of think, now that we're talking about it, I kind of want to play it again. But it's kind of fun because it, like, almost guarantees you're going to have sex because the game,
oh my gosh.
The game was 6 rounds, and we're like, we're doing 3 rounds.
Yeah, we did 3 rounds. And, well, you have to wear more clothes. And maybe the first round you don't strip, but there's squares you can land on that you have to strip. And I swear to God, in the first round, I landed on 2. And I was only wearing like 3 or 4 things of clothing. So I was naked by the second round, which was not fair because Jeff was not. But then he had to strip search me and went right for the cavities.
It said you were smuggling drugs, and I had to.
And I was naked already, so it's like, where else could I possibly be smuggling drugs?
Thank God we had lube right there.
Yeah, thank God. It was fun, but then I got sick that night, which maybe it was a blessing in disguise because we got out of the creepy place.
Yeah, we left a day early. Came home.
Cuddled.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Otherwise, a good week.
Yeah, I mean, it was another week of change. Decided to go back to my old job because we found our dream house here and decided we wanted to stay here. So I went back to my old job.
And
made some people unhappy.
Yeah, we made a lot of people unhappy, but we have to do what's best for ourselves and our family.
So not locked up all day.
Yep, and so I'm gonna get to live my dream out a little bit here, and while I'm waiting,
or cat and dog mom.
Yeah, I'm gonna really try my best and craft my ass off and see how much I can kind of make off of that. I'm still gonna look for a job, but I'm going to be a lot more picky rather than just jump into things like I do sometimes. So I have the opportunity. Oh, whatever. Yeah, all right. So now we're going to do advice of the week. I chose this. This isn't from anything. This is just my own advice because we're at that point, guys. If you're still listening to us, I can give my own advice, take it or leave it. But this was advice I gave to a friend the other week, and I wanted to share it with everybody. And it's just kind of about second chances. Do I think everyone deserves a second chance? No, I don't know. I think it depends. So my friend was asking, she was asking how I knew I fell in love with Jeff, that moment and everything. And she's like, don't be cheesy. And I couldn't not be cheesy. And then I was really on the spot. So I'm like, I don't know. It was a feeling. Like I just knew. But I told her, now she's in the process. She's in the dating pool right now. And she was just kind of asking about it, and I realized with Jeff is I gave him a second chance. I gave him a second date. Our first date, we just met at a bar, and we had friends there, and it was just a hangout, and I never thought I was going to see him again. He thought the same exact thing, and I was talking to a friend at work the next day, and I'm pretty sure she's the one who different friend than the one that I gave advice to, but this friend is the one who got me to sweat. This is our matchmaker, and she, I think, helped me decide to give it a second chance and go on a second date. And if I wouldn't have done that, we wouldn't be where we are right now.
Yeah, because I don't think I ever would have reached out.
Yeah, so I'm really happy I did. And sometimes it's worth it. If that first date doesn't go good, give it a second chance. Try it again.
Unless it's terrible.
But then, yes, exactly. There are instances where the person can be a complete jackass and you absolutely shouldn't give them a second chance. Like, there are instances where the second chance isn't a thing. But if it was just awkward and you're like, that was really weird, I don't think I liked it, give it a second chance. You might surprise yourself. I got hit in the face and
went with my shoulder. He gave you a hug.
And then I went back for more. And now he's hit me just several different ways. Just kidding. That's not abusive. Everyone's going to think you're an abuser.
I know. I don't even think that's funny to joke about.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean like that. He will come home with training and be like, hey, look at what I learned at work today. Because they do POSC training and stuff. And he went to jab me on the neck and actually hit it pretty hard. He's not. I'm in a healthy, safe relationship. I feel safe at home. I only get hit when I accidentally bite his nipple and he defends himself.
I tried to have my hand be like a sheet of paper to like slide between you and my nipple.
That one got a tear out of me just because you hit me right in the sinuses. I'm like, I had it coming though.
Oh my God.
I'm not trying to make it sound bad. It was your flinch reaction to something I did that was stupid.
To block my nipple.
Yeah, nothing was done on purpose.
Bite it.
Yeah. So,
that's
but
funny.
Second chances.
My story today talks about nipples.
Does it? Well, we'll get to that in a minute. We're going to do our date idea first, and then some sex stories, and I'll let you go first.
Something about you talking with that friend, though?
Yeah.
I do know one of her second dates was terrible. Was that the one they're in the sauna and...
Was that a second date?
I think so. And he felt
Well, we do want to...
First or second date? Somebody fell asleep. or she fell asleep and he woke up.
Oh,
or
he
she
was
woke
staring
up,
at her stomach and watching her
Yeah,
breathe.
he's like, "You look excited." And she's
Yeah.
like, "No, I was asleep."
That was a little serial killer-ish. I'm not sure. She will be on one of our next guests, I'm hoping, on one of our next guest episodes. I know she said she would do it, so. All right, and then date idea. I was looking up some fun date ideas. This one does have money involved, but set a budget before you go out. I want to do, and we have not done this, and I really want to do this. It's the thrift shop date. It's where you go to the nearest thrift shop you can find. Set yourself a budget. It could be $10 each. Typically, you should be able to find this for that much money. And you pick out an outfit within your budget for your significant other that they have to wear out on your date. I mean, this is part of your date, obviously, but so I would pick Jeff an outfit. Jeff would pick me an outfit that is just ridiculous. It doesn't have to be.
What if I want you to look good?
Well, I would be ridiculous and be rude.
That'd be nice.
And then you, like, whether you're planning on going out to dinner, obviously, if you're planning to go out to, like, a fancy place, this isn't the time to do this type of date, because typically when I've seen people do this, they pick out fun, ridiculous outfits just because it's a fun time. And then, yeah, you can do dinner, movie, bowling. It would probably be a good bowling date with the kind of outfits people choose. And it doesn't have to be expensive. Like, honestly, if you do $10 per outfit, that's not bad. So,
No.
I think that's really fun. That was my date idea of the week.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. I feel like a friend told us that.
I think if I've seen it online many times, and then I think
I do want to do that.
I think one of our guests actually did it, and it sounds really fun. So maybe we'll do that soon. All right, sex story time. Jeff, do you want to go first?
I was going to interrupt and talk about a different date idea, which involved when we went to the casino and we bumped into somebody that we didn't know, and they said hi. They were friendly. We were friendly, and then they spent over 3 hours just tagging along with us.
Yes, this was yesterday. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Okay.
I said twice to her. She's a very sweet lady. If she listens, you're very sweet. But I said twice that, yeah, we just wanted to spend some time together. This is a date. And no hints taken on that one. And I got a little worried. You said it too to me, and I just didn't say it till later.
Is she working with someone?
Like, are they trying to steal something? Because that's just where our minds go. But
yeah,
good times. All right, sex stories. You want to go first?
Sure. So it's not really even sex, but it involves body parts. So a couple weeks ago, someone here mentioned if they swapped genders for 24 hours, they want to see how many donuts they could fit on their dick. Well, I tried unsuccessfully, and now I have a donut that's broken and a crumb-covered dick. And then they say, "What's the silliest thing you've done for science/fun?" And the first comment, this is on Reddit, by the way, and that was by, what's their name? Jars of Grain. And this one, the response here is by Trill McNeil. My wife used to work at a salon back in the early/mid 2000s, and a bunch of the girls put CDs on their nipples to see how many they could fit. I can't remember what the most was, but it was more than I was expecting it to be.
That's awesome.
Another comment or response by Steel Tits of Theory. And here I am cutting pizza with my AOL discs when I could have been putting them on my nipples. Yeah.
That's great.
So it was just really
So
random.
dicks on donuts and CDs on nipples.
Yeah, I know if I could switch genders for a day, I would masturbate all day. I would be like, ooh, what's it feel like when I do this? What's it feel like when I do that?
But this person said they wanted to switch and just see how many donuts they could put on their dick?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be masturbating all day. Maybe not with donuts. If I was a woman.
That would crumble quickly.
I don't know.
Oh, that's funny.
I was just sitting here thinking, like, what could I use?
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, my turn, you guys. We have a new listener who posted a sex story, and she got this from an acquaintance of hers, and they posted about it on a social media group. And so I'm really happy that this got brought to them, and they said they really liked it. And so I'm going to share their story, and this is from Robin Hawley. And she said, this is a long one, but it's really good. Okay. Since you are looking for funny sex stories, we have many, but I thought I would tell you what we think is our funniest one. We had not been together long, maybe a few months. We moved in together within 2 weeks of meeting. We knew immediately that we were meant to be together forever. Anyway, we were living in our first small apartment. I had been taking a pole dancing class and a lap dance class for some new fitness options and, of course, for the fun benefits. So one Saturday afternoon evening, Rob and I had a few cocktails and decided it was time for me to show him what I had been learning. So I put on the strip pole, sexy song dance playlist I had made, my best sexy lingerie, set the mood with some tunes, and got the party started. Well, somewhere in the middle, he was sitting in a chair facing me. I was sitting on his lap, straddling him. I was supposed to lean backwards, touch the floor with my hands, and very sexily raise one leg over his head to meet my other leg on the other side of him. That didn't quite happen. I forgot we were sitting on a bar height chair, not a normal short chair like we practiced within class. By the way, my dance was very effective so far, and we were losing clothes quickly. So I leaned backwards, but apparently I leaned back kind of fast or aggressively and slammed my head into the floor. Our floor was carpeted, but solid concrete under that. So imagine the sound of a cantaloupe smashing into the floor. Yes, that was my head making that sound. Ouch. It hurt so much, even with all the drinks I had had. It brought tears to my eyes. I didn't want to ruin the mood, so I tried to not cry. And I'm not a crier. Keep in mind, we have had several drinks before this, so pain tolerance was probably pretty high compared to normal. Rob immediately yelled, "OMG, babe, are you okay?" as soon as he heard my head crack. Mood ruined. LOL. Just as I'm trying not to break into tears, someone bangs on the door really loud and hard and then says, "Kenosha police, open up!" We both look at each other wide-eyed since we are like 4 feet from the door and naked. So we both run to the bathroom in the back of the apartment while the cops are still banging on the door. We both get to the bedroom and start frantically trying to put on clothes, which we left what we were wearing in the front room by the door. Each of us says simultaneously, "I can't answer the door, I'm naked." I told Rob, "You're the man, this is your job to answer the door." I totally would use that excuse as well. I would have used any excuse at this point to not answer the door. So we throw on some clothes and run to the door, still being banged on, which has definitely ruined our banging chances now. Rob answers the door, the cops yell, "Where's the party at?" and swings our door wide open to see a very clean apartment, a dining room table with 2 glasses and a half-empty handle of Tito's sitting on it, with a chair facing away from the table with a ring of clothes and lingerie around the chair. Tells us the neighbors below us called the cops because of the noise. And just think, we hadn't even gotten to the goal of actually banging yet. You haven't heard real noise yet. We'll give you some noise. The ironic thing is that the playlist must have ended somewhere around the time I cracked my head and we hadn't noticed. So there's no music even playing. This cop was so confused. He expected a party of like 50 people or something by the look on his face. By the way, it is only 5:30 p.m. on this fine Saturday night. It's not like we were jamming tunes in fucking porno style with the windows open at 2 a.m. At least not yet. We were on the way, but so rudely interrupted. We tried to be nice with the cop, but he was obviously not having it. We apologized and said, "I'm sure you have much bigger fish to fry out there than interrupting 2 people just trying to get their groove on a Saturday night. You probably have some robberies to stop or drug dealers to arrest. Way more important than us." No response from him other than telling us if he has to come back, we will get a $280 ticket for someone having to call 911 on us. That's bullshit. But it gets better. All right. He didn't find this whole situation humorous or entertaining at all. Lame. So he goes downstairs to talk to the asshole neighbors, and we can hear in the hallway what is being said. He tells them that if they falsely call 911 for a non-emergency again, they will be getting a ticket for $280. They continue to argue with him, and the cop ends up writing them a ticket. Karma. That's just my own little insert there. All right. We laughed so hard, and to this day, I have not yet finished this lap dance because my lap dances are so hot that people have to call 911. One day, I'll finish that lap dance without cracking my head. And yes, the next day, I had a very large knot on the back of my head. I think I was pretty close to giving myself a concussion. That would have turned into an episode of sex stories that end up in the ER. Also, our neighbors reported us to the landlords of the apartment building and tried to get us in trouble for noise after hours. They told the landlords it all happened after midnight. We then told them to contact the police and get the real report. Liars! It was happy hour, damn it. She's just like, hope you got a laugh out of this. It is usually best told over drinks. I thought that was a really fun story, and I replied to her letting her know I can't stand asshole neighbors. Like, come on. At least go up there and knock on the door first, although they would have been in for a treat seeing what they were knocking on, but thank you guys so much for writing in, Rob and Holly. I loved your story. This was the first time Jeff was hearing it. I didn't want to read it to him until now to see his reaction.
Hitting her head. Ow.
Yeah. On a bar stool chair on the concrete. Oh my gosh.
Well, not carpet, but in the
concrete right underneath. Yeah, I would have.
Either way, it's going to hurt.
Yeah, mood definitely would have been ruined. Next, we're going to go into our sex position of the week. Please check out our social media platforms for a picture of this. It is the chairman. I gave us a very simple one, you guys. Pretty much just sitting in a chair. Yeah, we're definitely going to achieve this. I'm pretty excited.
God, we're going to break the chair or something.
We won't do it on a bar stool so that we don't fall off and crack our heads. But this one's a lot more safe than leaning backwards, so we're good. All right, remember everything we discussed is a try at your own risk. We are not responsible for any injuries. Our podcast comes out every Wednesday morning. Social media, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Couples Sutra, or email us at couplessutra@gmail.com. Remember, that's couples with a K. We'd love to hear from you, and we'd definitely love to share your stories. Other than that, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll talk to y'all next week.
No, we're not done.
Oh, we're not done.
No, you're trying to skip my favorite part when I get to tell dirty jokes.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's my favorite part. And it's the best part of every episode.
Oh, okay.
Even though I've only done it twice so far.
You let us know, guys.
So these are also, again, from bestlifeonline.com/dirtyjokes. Okay. What do you get when you jingle Santa's balls?
Jingle hose?
A white Christmas.
Oh, God. Gross.
I'm going to do 3 total. Why is diarrhea hereditary?
Why?
It runs in your genes.
Ew!
And so this one, I like reading these without, I like reading them to you without myself reading them first. So they could be terrible, or they could be funny. But anyway, it had me at penguin. It says, a penguin takes his car to the shop, and the mechanic says it'll take about an hour for him to check it. While he waits, the penguin goes to an ice cream shop and orders a big sundae to pass the time. The penguin isn't the neatest eater. Obviously, he's a penguin. I'm just picturing how he's holding ice cream. But anyway, the penguin isn't the neatest eater, and he ends up covered in melted ice cream. When he returns to the shop, the mechanic takes one look at him and says, "Looks like you blew a seal."
Oh!
No, the penguin insists. It's just ice cream.
Oh my gosh. I liked it.
Yeah, that was funny. All right, that's all I had.
That's all you have. That's all, folks.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing those. Hope you guys enjoy. Let us know.